Now, in the previous video, I talked about what I would do to spend my first 30 days to see if this industry is something I want to continue in and pursue as a career. That is just to let you know if you have what it takes to commit to this, because it's enough time to see what your self-drive is, how motivated are you to do the work every single day for a month. You'll find out real quick if it comes naturally to you or not. If it doesn't come naturally to you in that 30-day challenge, you know where you have to focus your time early on. But let's just imagine that you went through that 30-day challenge and you're like, you know what, DJ, I came out on the other end. I love this. I can't wait to do more of it. Great. Your first year, really, honestly, if I'm being just completely transparent and frank, your first year is not going to be a very fun year in terms of booking work. Most folks don't book work the first year. All right, I don't have statistics to support that, but I know from what I've seen from colleagues who started with me, booking work can take a while. If it happens in your first year, consider yourself lucky. But if it doesn't happen, it's fine. So I would suggest that first 6 months, take booking a job off the table, take the burden off yourself, and just simply focus on improving your ability to act, improving your ability to use your DAW, your software, whichever software that is you decide to use. If you decide you want to get a microphone, go with something that works in your budget and just learn how to use that microphone to the best of your ability. That first 6 months should be spent just being comfortable doing this, talking into the camera, recording yourself, being comfortable looking at words and reading them without making a mistake. Being comfortable letting other people hear your reads and hear your voice. Send it to friends and family. Post it on message boards, in communities and stuff, and get feedback. The first 6 months is really just kind of building the foundation, because you don't want to go and book a job and then you don't know how to use your DAW to edit the audio. And they're like, give us waveform. You're like, what is wave? You don't want to be in that position. So spend the first 6 months or so just kind of building those foundational skills. I think it's okay after 6 months to a year to maybe start looking at platforms, Voice123, Voices.com, Fiverr, Upwork, VO Planet, Voice Bunny, Voice Realm, Voice Jungle. The list goes on and on and on. I think it's okay to start submitting auditions and trying to see if you can book something, but don't expect to book anything. Don't expect to book anything. Even a short list. If you get a short list, amazing. But don't keep checking that short list to see if they're going to book you. Do the audition, let it go. Your job for that 6 months to a year should be to get in the practice of the workflow, using your microphone, starting the recording, editing the audio. Don't like that part of the line. Re-record, punch in a new part, edit again, do your effects rack if you need to do some noise reduction or get rid of mouth clicks or whatever that is, and then export the file, name the file, and repeat that process until it becomes second nature. To be honest with you, that is not very glamorous, but that's most of the job, is us trying to edit the audio, name the files, and send them off. That's really what most of it entails. So you want to get really fast at that, really quick at it. I know getting into voiceover feels overwhelming, right? You don't know how to practice effectively by yourself. You have no clue how to go about getting an agent or a manager. My YouTube member library breaks down all of these things. Clear, practical guides you can use to train yourself, understand what representation looks for, and how to actually run your voiceover business. I'm constantly expanding the library, constantly adding new content that'll be helpful for you for just 70 cents a day. So if that's something you're interested in, check out the link in the description below. Now you're going into your second and third year. There are no hard and fast rules to this. I booked early on. I know friends, colleagues, VO colleagues who do the same. They book all the damn time. I also know people who started with me and they're no longer in this industry. And that could be for many reasons. Maybe none of them are directly related to voiceover. Maybe life thing happens. But the second year and your third year is when you should start seeing something click. Like, I booked the job, or I've booked multiple jobs. I book corporate narration pretty often. My voice seems to get shortlisted a lot in commercials when they ask for this particular spec. Oh, wow, universities are booking me a lot. Oh, I booked 4 hospital jobs in the past year. Maybe these clues will begin to inform where the industry likes your voice. The second and third year, you should be booking stuff. I would argue that if you're not booking stuff in your second and third year, then it's a talent issue, meaning you need to train more. I'm not telling you have to coach with me. I'm just saying, if it's your second year and your third year and you still haven't booked anything, or your last booking was months ago, more than likely it's a skill issue. a skills issue. So you need to go back to training and try to figure out and identify how you can tweak your reads. But if you've been booking a job, every week or every month or every couple of months, that's good. Now it's time to start gathering data. What are you shortlisting on? What are you getting booked on? What do clients reach out to you and say, hey, thanks for your audition. The client decided to go a different direction, but we'll keep your name on file. We loved your read. What was it about that read that they loved? Try to figure it out. It's time to start identifying trends because voiceover, and I'll speak more in detail about this in a full in-depth video, but voiceover is about momentum. Many people don't really talk about that a lot, but I've come to find and realize that momentum comes in waves. And if you can identify where your waves are becoming valleys and then where you're about to come back up again, you can start really focusing efforts to get out of slumps. You can start focusing efforts on how to target your auditions and your direct marketing towards like jobs that you're more likely to shortlist and eventually book on. So you can focus your efforts on things that'll give you better ROI, which will keep your motivation. Because it's one thing to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, but sometimes it's better to just look at the spaghetti and understand why something stuck and say, okay, I do well in finance, hotels, and universities, not so much in automotive, fast food, and technology. Then focus your efforts there. No, you don't have to ignore the other stuff, but understand if that audition comes in one of those things that you are constantly shortlisting in, you do that audition first. You prioritize that because that's where the market likes your voice. Your second and third year is all about that. It's all about getting as many wins as you can and looking at the data to understand what people love about your voice. I understand where I need to put my efforts to stay consistent. I know that commercial and corporate narration and e-learning are my bread and butter. I know that if I see an audition that looks for a certain type of spec, that's me automatically. I already know. And I will prioritize those and I'll do them first because they don't take a lot of time. And then if I see something else that may not be so in line with what I know I can book easily, then I'll look at those things. Okay, but I always concert my efforts towards doing the things that I know I've historically booked in. So a roundabout way of saying that there should be a certain strategy that you have in place. This is just a rough strategy that I'm giving you for like a 0 to 5 year plan. But the first takeaway from this is, again, don't expect to start booking stuff out the gate. Don't expect to book something on your first 5 auditions, your first 100 auditions. Don't expect it. Just enjoy the process. Understand the acting side. Understand yourself. There's no one way to do voiceover, but there are some things that stay consistent across all voice actors who are successful. All right, that's all I really have for you in this video. I will see you guys in the next one.